Well, guys, welcome to the shop. And guess what? We're going to go straight to the bench because this is going to be part two of issue 34. Here it is. And here's issue 34. We're going to knock out, that's right, guys, the front light bar. And we're also going to be doing the rear light bar. So without further ado, guys, let's get on down with it, get this going, get our oil fired up, and knock this out. Hey guys, welcome to our channel. Don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe. It's at the bottom there. If you can do that, it really helps out our channel, really helps us out so we can keep going and give you more content, much better videos, and not only that, we can give you some much better models to build here on the shop. Thank you very much for stopping by. So now here is 128 as we go along here, okay? So with 128, you have all this. You get the bottom bar, all the mechanisms, all this plastic stuff, all right? And then you get this little bag of like silicone oil, but it's like a mess in here. And it's really, really greasy. So yeah, so we're gonna see how all that works out for us. This one here is parts for 129. So we're going to put all this together, and then once this whole light bar is together, we're then going to begin with doing the other light bar. That way we can knock out both. A little disclaimer for this light bar, because we have the plastic components over here, and then we got these, we have been told that it is noisy. So when this whole system here starts to fire up or whatever, it's really noisy. The only thing I can think of that's making the noise is these plastic gears that we have here. So I'm gonna try to add as much oil as I can to make it so it's not so noisy. I figure the more oil, the more grease you have there, the less you're going to hear that grinding feel. It also means we might have to loosen some items up to make them move a lot quieter, because eventually it's like you're going to get annoyed with the blue bar, and you're not going to want to light it up. You're just going to want it to be a decorative piece just sitting there. So for me, it's mainly going to be a decorative piece. I'm not really going to fire it up as much, only because I want it to last for a while, and then eventually I want to make it available for purchase for someone else who would like to have it. Because you can't take this stuff to the grave, guys. So eventually, I'd like to sell it off to somebody. So anyway, I digress. We're going to move on, and we're just going to get this party started, guys. Let us all hope here that this light bar actually comes out quiet. That's the goal. Okay, so real quick, I'm going to show you how we do everything. Okay, now I have my Q-tip here, and I have all the pieces put in line. Now, right now, everything seems to be pretty quiet. Pretty quiet. So that's a bonus for us, okay? Having everything pretty much quiet right now, that's good. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna grab our oil here, okay? And I'm just gonna try to apply it, okay? So now with all that applied, we're good to go. So now our next goal is to take this one here, all right, which is it's going to be the part that is going to be for the left side. And what we kind of want to do is set it up, okay? So that way all this will line up and be good to go for another component piece, which is going to be this one, okay? So you're just going to take this gasket panel here, and we're just going to apply it to the top, and I'm going to do it very gently, okay? And it doesn't line up quite right, like you would think. Okay, there is a component here in the middle, and you kind of want it to be tight in one spot and loose in the others, because, like I said, you got all these turning gears for the lights to be moving around. So you want to be very careful with that. But what we're going to be using is some EP screws in these 5 screw holes. Well, great news, guys. Real quick test on it I did, and it sounds quiet. So we're good so far. Yippee-ki-yay, guys. We're on a roll here. So now we're going to do this side. And the way I'm going to do this is that we're just going to do the base, and then we'll come back, and then we'll do the next stage, which is put the blue cover on top and seal it up. Because before I make the move of closing it all up, I'd like to make sure that it's quiet. But that's if we can do that. We'll see how things go. But for now, I'm more focused on making the 2 bases first, and then I'll come back and use the parts that are all the blue that go on the top and seal it up. So other than that, let's keep on a roll, guys. Let's work on this side. Now that we have all the oil on this side and everything, now it's time that we put on this gasket cover. All right, we'll do the same process there, 5 EP screws, and we should be good to go. Okay, so here we have it, guys. I still got plenty of oil left over. We also have some oil from the next piece as well. So what we're going to do now is we're going to work on this center area. We're going to add some oil here, add some oil here, and we're going to use it on our metal component that is going to be the engine that moves everything about. So it's going to be a little tricky here, guys, but we're going to have to add some oil up here, and then put a couple of bits down here and here, only because the way that things are going to be lined up. Okay, so let's keep it going for now. I do want to let you guys in on a little thing. I did a little test here, and it sounds pretty quiet to me. Okay, it's a little noisy on one side, but so far with the test, everything running through on the plastic, rubbing together, it seems pretty quiet. So fingers crossed, guys, that this stays that way. Okay. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna put on our lights here. Okay. Oop, I dropped one. Now, these shiny little reflector lights. You're wondering why we're not putting the light bulbs in, is because they're going to come up through these holes right here. So we're going to have 4 lights that are going to come up and in. They're going to come down through here, and they're going to kind of come back in. And those 4 wires are all going to come through this hole here and connect in with our motherboard that's going to go inside the light bar. And our switch to turn the light bars on and off is going to be right there. So for now, we're going to take some BP screws, and we're going to put them into these 2 holes here, the 2 holes here, 2 holes here, and 2 holes here. Then I'll come back, show you all this, connect it in. So now, of course, our next part is actually going to be the bottom half of this light bar. They want us to put in the components for right here and right here, but I also was looking at stage 4, and it allows us to finish up in this area and get the motors running. But if you were to flip it upside down, it would be everything would just fall off and get dirty. So I am just going to do that part, and then the component that is actually going to attach to the car, we'll show that later when we actually attach the light bars towards the end of this whole little getup that we're doing here for part 2 of issue 30. Now our next phase is to take EP screws and screw them in here, 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 and here. Once again, like I said, our lights will come in through here, 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 and here, and then line up and then come through this hole here. Okay, so now, of course, with all that done up, everything came out pretty decent. So we have to flip it back to this way, and then we're going to come back and we're going to add our motors. These here are our 2 little motor pieces, and they're going to spin around We also have to add in two of these, which is these little mechanisms. Now, this half obviously is going to go down and it's going to attach to the other side. So you want to make sure you have plenty of oil here. Put some oil around the edge so when it rubs against here, you're good to go, and it should alleviate some of the what's the word I'm looking for? Like it's going to alleviate some of that noise. Okay, and you also want to do that in here, which I added a little bit in here and a little bit in here, so we should be okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and we're going to attach, okay, these here into here and here. Then I'm going to come back, attach these motors in, putting tons of lube around here and here to allow the everything to work, because remember, it is this with plastic, okay, and you want to reduce some of the noise. So let's give it a try, guys. So far, just to let you know, there is no noise. See, no noise so far. That's good. That's giving us some hope there, guys. So this is what we've got so far, guys. We've got the oil here, and we got the lubricant oil here. I got my cords going on, so we're doing pretty good, guys. Doing pretty good, and I'm very excited about that. And so far, still haven't heard any noises, so we're doing pretty good. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna jump on over here, and we're gonna do stage 129. Okay, and with 129, that's actually where we will be adding all the wires first. Then once we add the wires, we'll be jumping on and adding the blue top and everything. And I'm pretty excited about that. However, we still have another base to do. So as we're moving along, we kind of want to get these pieces done up first. But since this one went so well as we've been going on, we're going to do a little change of direction for this, and we're going to start basically putting in the wires, and then we're going to seal it up, because I'm pretty confident this is pretty much going to be quiet. I mean, there's still no noises. All right, if there's going to be any noises, it's probably going to come from this motor area, but I've pretty much put enough lubrication around here that I think we shouldn't have a problem. Alrighty, so now here we have it, guys, where we have our four blue lights that are going to go into here and here. We have our little switch, which is going to go in here, and then we have our connector wire. This connector wire obviously will need to come and make sure it's going to be outside, so that way it connects to the rest. Now remember, all these wires are going to come out of this area here, and then you're going to have your blue wires. So the way I'm going to prep it for us is it's going to go blue wires out, this inside here, okay, and then we're going to have the connector wire like this one. It's going to come out, and then we have these other ones, these four, that are going to come out, and these two will stay on the inside because they're going to connect to our little motors on the inside here. And then we will have also our cover, which is this black component here, and your motherboard is going to go on the inside, and your wires are going to kind of shoot out from the back here and then down. This component here will lock in your switch to turn on the light bar. So with all that going on, that's going to be just stage one of 129. So, or step one of stage 129. So since that takes a while, we're going to do it behind the scenes, get it all set up, put the tape across. Now the tape that comes with it is a little too thin for me, so we're going to probably use our own shop electrical wire. Other than that, guys, give me a minute. I'll come back, show you the completed version. So here's what we're going to do. Put in our black here. Now we're going to attach the lights. Whatever lights are extra, we're going to have to pull back, okay? But that is after we take our two black bars. They're gonna basically go into here and here, which will then lock the two lights in place. Whatever excess we have to pull it back up into here, which then I'll use some more tape just to get it secured in there. Um, it says that we got to tape across the top once we're done, but this tape's kind of gooey, so we're just gonna put some more on top, and we'll be good to go. So now that we have everything connected, you still want to make sure that you don't lose the oil that you got on our spinners here. But you see all that slack? Yeah, we can't be having that, right? So we're gonna bend everything, get it all ready to go, get it all bent into place. Then once it's all bent into place, what they want to do is they want you to pull this slack up. So that's what we're gonna do. I'll pull the slack up, put some tape over it, call it a day, guys. So with all that completed, we didn't lose any of this. We have all that. Everything is tightened up. So our next phase is to grab our blue light and bring it on. So the only thing I didn't add was the silver components. All right, the silver components are going to go here in the center, and then one bar is going to come across here. One bar is going to come across here. So what we're going to do here is first attach these blue ones to the bottom, okay? Then after that, we'll be sliding on the base. Once you attach it to the base, there'll be a little component that'll hold this wire in place, okay? Then we're going to fold the silver piece over everything. It'll seal it into place. Once that is all completed and everything, we will then be able to attach this light bar to the front of the car. But like I said, because this is part two, we're going to be putting both light bars on. That way we're all done with the light bars, and we can work on the next video. So what we're going to do is complete this all up. I'll show it to you completed. We'll then, once we get the blue completed, I will show you the silver parts completed, and then we'll be moving on to our next phase of part two of building issue 34. Okay, so now that I have everything closed up, I used some XP screws, closed it all up. I think it looks pretty sharp, guys. Now, obviously, we got to put in our silver components, okay? So this is how we're going to do it, okay? We see you got the vent and everything that has to be showing, and we have our motors here. So the way that they show it here is that everything is upside down in this direction, okay? So when we flip it over, okay, the vent is going to be coming to this side, okay? So that way everything looks pretty much the same. The only problem I have with the vent there and then that light switch there, it's kind of like an eyesore when you want to turn the car on. But it turns out we don't have to worry, because that vent and everything that we see here, it's actually towards the front. So I'm not sure what they're meaning by this, but we're gonna figure it out here in the shop real quick. But we're gonna go ahead and put the silver piece on, and then we'll get the bar. It's gonna be the silver bars. We're gonna go across the top. Once we have all that done up, we'll tell you exactly how we did it.
I gotta shit really bad and there's nowhere to go. I'm taking a dumpkin.
Okay, so we're rocking and rolling, guys, and this is all done. The light bar's in. I had a little bit of a complication here, so the car's going to look a little different, but it's okay. I mean, the car's not to look too perfect because obviously, the car's been through some hell over the years with the movie and everything, but I do have to clean up a little bit of the fingerprints and whatnot off the silver. But hey, it came out pretty good. I'm okay with it. I can sleep comfortably at night with it. After all, yeah, I'm pretty impressed. So yeah, we're done with the first light bar. What we're gonna do next is we're gonna do the other light bar, and that obviously will be handled really quickly. All right, so I'm very excited about that. So we're gonna knock out that light bar, get it all done, and that'll complete this video for stage 34 part 2. Okay, only thing I'm going to give you for a tidbit is that when you fold this silver piece, it's supposed to lock itself into place, and that's great. But just remember the white part, the little folded pieces, they have to be facing down, and then you bend it around as you go along, and it'll lock into place. Um, you may have to use some super glue. The stickiness on here was not that great. It started bending up as I was moving on. I didn't like that, so I put a little tiny dot of super glue on that, and it came out pretty good. All right, so we're good to go there. Other than that, guys, let's move on and knock out our second light bar.
PMCS completed. No new faults.
Look at that. Look at that. I'm very impressed. I did a quick little test, and look how that came out. And look at that. It's not even that noisy, guys. Now, when I was a kid, I remember hearing, police cruisers, and then once the lights were rotating, but obviously the lights would rotate, but the siren was turned off. You heard a very distinct sound, and I'm very impressed. I feel like I'm back as a child in the 80s because that's exactly what they sounded like. But as you can see, it's moving a little bit faster as time goes on, but I'm going to keep this engine running and just to see how it all goes. But I'm very impressed, guys. Came out very nice. And I'm seeing how most of it is. Now, of course, the batteries I'm using you know, aren't the greatest because right now we've been doing a lot of testing with this car. But once I replace it with brand new batteries and everything, this is nice. So, yeah, I think we finished it, and I got rid of the noise. Because as you can hear, it's not that loud, guys. Victory! Victory! So we're going to do the same thing with the next light bar, and we have accomplished the goal of making them silent enough that they don't sound like a wah, 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 wah. So, victory, guys. Victory. Whoo! All right. So I'm going to zoom out there, guys, real quick, just so you can see it a little. All right. I'm very impressed with that. All right. Let's move on, guys. Get that second light bar going. So there you have it, guys. We have all the lights in. This time, you know, I put them all lined up. I don't know what it is with this side, but it's a little tough. This side's a little loose. So we'll have to figure out why that is. But hey, it works pretty fine. I'm happy with it. I think we should be pretty good. So now we're going to be putting in the motor. We still have to put on our little side pieces here. So I'm going to go ahead, put the side pieces in and everything. Then once I do that, I'm going to go ahead and start building up the motor. Okay, so having both on is very loud. However, this light bar came out perfect, but I had a little problem with this one. Apparently, the motor is busted. So, I've pretty much given up on that. I'm gonna try to contact Fan Home and see if maybe they can send a replacement motor. Because that's crazy. And then a new silver piece, because once you bend it, that's it. It only bends once. So maybe I can get them to send me something. But yeah, I'm a little disturbed about that. But other than that, guys, this car is going along really well, and that's it, man. But for now, that is the end of part 2 of our illustrious video, and because this is so annoying, like, I'm just gonna go ahead and turn it off now and just tell you guys that right now that's pretty much all we're gonna do for the car, okay? So yeah, anyway, guys, I'm sorry for the disappointment at the end here because of Fan Home and that motor there, but yeah, it just seems like we're gonna have to deal with that at a later date, guys. Maybe we'll come back and do a special video where I replace it or something, but other than that, we're gonna move on and we're gonna wait for the next video. The next video will be for issue 35. That one should be a really quick one. So hopefully we have everything for that one. If not, then, well, Fan Home, man, you're just messing up again. Other than that, guys, we'll see you guys around. And yeah, thanks for watching. And we gotta say, guys, we gotta go.